Hello YouTube fans, it's your boy Brad here with another video. Today I want to show you something that came up in my last shoot as I was trying to do this little pan across some memorabilia at a memorial shoot that I was doing, and I didn't like the way the video came out, and I had an idea of, you know what, maybe I can come up with something to do that better, and I'm gonna call this a mono wheel. A mono wheel for your pod, your monopod, so that you can get a nice sliding, not bouncing up and down video when you're just trying to do some detailed shots. Not really for running gun, but you might be able to do it for that. So I'm gonna show you what I came up with. I had the idea of putting a single wheel. Now there's monopod mounts out there that's big. They're triangle, two wheels, one wheel, just this thing with these arms, and you put your monopod in the middle and you're able to wheel it around nice and smooth. That's not what I was looking for. I wanted something where I can stick a wheel on to do something quick and then stick the wheel back in my pocket and go on with what I was doing. And this is what I came up with. I have two wheels here. This one came from Harbor Freight. This one came from Ace Hardware Supplies. On the bottom of the Avila, this is the Avila City 324 monopod with the legs on it. Of course, you see on the bottom here you have this little nubby, rubber nubby, and then you have this little piece here. Turn it around that way, and it's threaded. This is a 3/8 inch thread inside of here, pretty large. And so I came up with this wheel first. I picked this one up at Harbor Freight, and it doesn't screw in, but it's not really a bad thing. But you're looking at that, the white stuff is pipe tape on there that I put on there just to keep it from messing with the threads, to try to, you know, save it from messing with the threads, and you'll see why in a moment. But I come up with I can stick that in there, and I'll show you in a moment where I'm able to roll this around and it stay in place. This wheel that came from Ace Hardware does have a 3/8 inch thread, and screw it in the hole. Don't have to screw it all the way down. But like I said, this is for running gun. This is for that when you're doing those detail shots and you want, say you have a wedding, maybe there's a wedding table, and you kind of just want to just slide and do like a smooth down the aisle type thing, or sideways, and you don't want this bouncing up and down. You're trying to keep the bounce, even though my camera's on a gimbal, but I tend to bounce a little bit. You can screw that on there, and now you have a wheel. Now the difference between these two wheels, you'll see here in a moment. Let me unscrew this real quick, and you can actually hear the difference in these two wheels. They're about the same size. They're both 2-inch wheels. It's just, it's not real soft, but it is a softer wheel, and it rolls more quiet. Ace Hardware, okay, is a hard, even though on the package it says rubber. That is not rubber. That's plastic. It's a quality wheel, but it's not rubber. This is a more pliable material. There we go. Harbor Freight, Ace Hardware, 3/8 inch. This is a M8 1.25 thread. So, want to show you that. Now let me show you the rolling, how this thing rolls. Pump the brakes, everybody. Look, had to cut in on this video because I went out today and was looking around just to see, can I find any more rollers, and I came up on something that I would consider the perfect mono roller for your monopod if you decide to try this, if there is such a thing as a perfect roller or a mono roller, if you want to call it that. That's my own name I've given this. I've already showed you these two. So the difference here we had was this one is hard plastic. This one is kind of a rubber. This one has the wrong size head on it to screw into the monopod, and this one has the right size head. They had a baby and found this at Walmart. I also went by Lowe's, and Lowe's had one kind of like this, but it did not have the brake on it. So I found this at Walmart. It has the 3/8 threaded stem on it. It has kind of a rubber wheel, so it's a rubber wheel. Again, has a brake on it. So if you have this on, here's the advantage to this versus these other two. Say that you're doing a roll thing, you don't want to take it off. You can sit the brake, and now it's locked. Now you can sit your monopod up, and of course you do have a little bit of swivel thing going on here, okay? It swivels around, but you can have it where it's not going anywhere. Unlike these, you're still going to be rolling around. The other thing that gives this one an advantage is that the rubber wheel here is actually grippier. This has no grip at all. I'm going to zoom down just a little bit. No grip. This has some grip, which is enough. This has a lot more grip. So I wanted to cut into the middle of this video, put this in. This one came from Walmart, about $5. All of these are about $5. This one was probably a little cheaper, maybe $4. But this one was definitely, but again, Walmart, if you decide to go, I'm recommending this one right here from Walmart. Okay guys, back to the video. Alright guys, here we go. Got both wheels here. Let's start with the Harbor Freight wheel. Say you you're running, gunning. Basically you want to be able to do this quickly. You have your gimbal. And like I said, I have a huge gimbal that goes on top of here. I can sit it on the wheel real quick. And now I can do a nice, instead of me walking, because I kind of have a problem trying to keep it from going, especially when I'm going really slow. And you're trying to do a very slow pan, slide thing. And I like this wheel because of the material, it's nice and quiet. Once I get done with my little pan thing, or I'm just going down and I'm doing a low shot at the table, and I'm shooting, and I can just kind of go down the whole table thing and pan the camera around and do stuff like that, and then just pick it up, throw that back in my pocket, and I'm good to go. Here's with the other wheel, in case maybe you're just, say they're dancing. It's a dance thing. Everybody's dancing all over the floor, and maybe you just want the camera you just want to sit it down and have your camera on the monopod, of course, with your gimbal, and you just want to be out on the dance floor. Of course, nobody's going to hear this wheel as long as you're not on a tile floor with all these squares and bridges and da-da-da. You can roll around with just one wheel. You don't need 3 wheels. because you don't need to keep the monopod straight up and down, because you have a gimbal, especially if you have a gimbal. The gimbal is going to take care of this and this or this. It'll keep that up, but the gimbal can't take care of me moving up and down or whatever. So you can go around the floor and the wheels on there. You don't need to screw it all the way in or bolt it down. It's not going anywhere. A couple turns and you can still unscrew it, throw that in your pocket, and go back. You can put your knobby back on. Ugh, where you going? You got that back on, or you can even go back to your put your legs back on. Of course, like I said, you got to be, in order to be very versatile and quick. That's why I wanted it where maybe this, even this, you know, 10 seconds to unscrew it to get back to your tripod legs, your tri-legs on your monopod. But I wanted to show you that, guys. Just an idea. It might seem silly. It might seem unnecessary, but I am definitely, I promise you, I'm going to use this in my next shoot. Hey, if you guys like what you see, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and y'all have a blessed day.